Hey everyone, welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts, myself, Liam, Waz, Lucas, Greg. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow us along on all social medias in the description. If you're on Spotify or iTunes, give us a share, give us a follow, give us a rate. We got a lot to talk about this week. It's international break, but we're going to also cover the Champions League groups. How are we all today?
Welcome back, Liam.
I know, I've been gone for 2 weeks.
About time you're back.
I'm sorry, man. I've been working. It's on that grind.
Good. Get that money.
Gotta get that bread, man.
Okay, that's enough of the slang.
Gotta get that bread.
Let's get into it. We're doing international games.
Let's do it.
This is what the past week has been about.
And before we start that, show of hands.
Yeah.
Who's actually watched?
I paid attention. I watch a couple.
You watched
this
one or
guy
two?
watches every match.
Well, this guy has nothing else in his life, so me and Greg have actual lives. So I mean, we don't
I
watch
watch
this.
some matches, yes, but
Well,
anyway,
you've got half of a life.
I try.
It's easier if it's on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I just Google the streams.
What's going on with your hair right now, man? You got like a little horn going on.
Look,
it's cute though. I like it.
Don't call me cute.
Hey, you just hit Spurs. What the hell's going
Good.
on here?
Anyways,
Shambhala
good.
Club.
What?
After
Hey.
this past week, we have learned that someone is not good at predicting, especially
Lucas?
international games.
Lucas, trash.
And
Link in the description for the 1v1 predictions.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Lucas, you're trash.
Lucas predicted Portugal, Serbia 0-0.
It turned 4-2.
I don't know what he's doing.
It was a full-on assault on the Serbians by the Portuguese.
It's not like you didn't make any bad predictions.
Before we get into a melee here and someone loses a hand or something, let's talk about Germany versus Netherlands.
Oh, speaking of that, Lucas predicted that wrong too.
Did he? Sure. This was the biggest international match this week. It was
Show us the match. Show me the match.
Show me the match. Show me the money.
Okay, here's the match. Boom.
No, I want the match on your laptop. That did not do the work. It was, oh my god, 4-2 Netherlands. They blew it. The Germans blew it.
Well, let's talk about this because in the reverse fixture in the Netherlands, the Germans won it.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of people, I know on your predictions, you guys chose Germany. Not you. You're
Yeah, I'm smart.
perfect. Yeah, you're perfect. Lucas, you chose Germany. And I think a lot of people would have chosen the same because, the Germans have been in decent form. No. It's in Germany, of course.
No.
So, they had promise. However, the Dutch are one of the most exciting young teams in Europe right now. They have some great youth players coming through. You look at De Jong and De Ligt. You got Van Dijk, who won the UEFA Player of the Year. So, I mean, the Dutch are back to where the Dutch should be. The Germans, without Leroy Sané, they may be a step off the pace, but they have an okay enough squad that you think they would be able to challenge. So let's break down this match. We're not going to get too in-depth with all of the international fixtures because, quite frankly, it's a snooze fest, in my opinion, at least. We're going to briefly cut through these all, and then, like I said, we're going to talk about each Champions League group, give our thoughts. We're not predicting them yet. That will be its own separate episode. But yeah, it will be. I'm telling you, because Champions League is the GOAT.
Okay.
He's right,
He's not wrong.
It's the Tom Brady of European football.
The Antonio Brown.
Yeah. The GOAT.
Are you just saying his name because he was trending on Twitter?
Put it in the hashtags.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, but
The Dutch.
it's the fourth time they played each other in the past year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Germany looked pretty good offensively. They created quite a few chances.
They're okay.
In the first half, I thought they were good, especially, but I definitely overlooked their defense because I keep forgetting that their defense is not that great.
What do you mean? Nicholas Sula's a solid defender.
Nicholas Sula has a pace of about 3.
Sula's a solid defender.
Ginter.
The other two are shit.
Jonathan Tah. Jonathan Tah's
Sula's
not
quality.
bad.
Sula can fit in any international side at the moment.
That is. You
No.
think he would the opposing team? You think he would fit in
Who
there?
would he take out? Van Dijk or De Ligt? I mean, I know
De Ligt.
De Ligt had a shocker in his Juventus debut, but I don't think they
I'm
would
not
drop
talking
him.
about the Netherlands. I'm talking about most sides. Okay.
He said all sides.
I mean, you know what? He could easily fit into England.
I mean, yeah, they have John Stones back there.
Exactly.
I feel
So
Stevie Wonder could fit
Nicholas
in there and do a
Sula is
better
a solid
job.
man. Solid man.
Yeah, but I definitely like Ta. He's very inconsistent. Ginter.
He's Jonathan Tah is a very young prospect, but he's not to where
People
he
have been
needs to
saying
be
that
back.
for the last 4 years.
Because how old is he? He's 23. That's us. If any of us were on the defensive line against the Netherlands, we'd concede 15.
You're not wrong.
Come on.
But people have been talking about Jonathan Tah highly for the last handful of years.
That means there's something there. If
I
people
just
are
think
consistent about it.
I just don't think he has. There's a few parts of his game mentally that will make him reach the top level.
Can I make a comment about both these teams starting 11? Both these teams, you go back about a decade or so, were arguably some of the most brilliant striking teams on the planet. You know, you look at the Dutch with Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy, the brilliant goal scorers they've had. The Germans, of course, Thomas Muller, Klose, they've had brilliant players. I think both these teams are rather off the pace with goal scorers.
I mean,
Serge Gnabry starting up top, or Werner or Royce. None of those guys are banging in goals like Tony, oh my god, I just said his name like 13 seconds ago. I can't even think about it. The Polski boy.
Klose?
Yeah, Miroslav Klose, yeah. And then the Dutch, I mean, Ryan Babel and Memphis Depay, who can't wear socks properly.
I mean, when Memphis Depay plays for the national team, he's a different animal.
He's not bad.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. I liked him. I like this game.
Also, on the formation you're looking at, I think it's wrong for the Dutch because it says Quincy Promes played in the center midfield. I don't think that happened.
No,
had
I'm
Promes
pretty
on
sure
the
they
left
played a
wing.
front three.
On here it says it's a 3-1-4-2 and has
that's
Quincy
what I have.
Promes in the center.
Yeah, I have Proms on the left wing, got Wijnaldum and De Roon in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
But, yeah, Germany, they were pretty good in the first half, like I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But the Dutch scored a goal towards the end of the first half to keep the game close. And
The Dutch did not score a goal in the end of the first half.
They didn't?
No. It was Serge Gnabry in the 9th minute.
Lucas has watched too
And
many
then
games
Frankie
that he doesn't
de
remember the
Jong
most
popped
important
up with a
one.
goal around the 59th, followed by a Jonathan Tah own goal to give him the 2-1 lead. That was at the 66th minute mark. Tony Cruz scored at the 73rd, and then it was Daniel Malin and Genie Wijnaldum.
Dun, 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 dun.
4-2. It ends 4-2 for the Dutch.
Yeah, I got that wrong. My bad.
Yeah.
But
He was-
yeah,
it's
the
his
first
bad.
one was De Jong's goal where he was pretty composed with his finish.
And everyone's saying the same thing. This match represents how bad Valverde is as a manager, because he ruins players, and here's De Jong bossing it against Germany.
I mean, it's more De Jong's playing a position he's more comfortable in.
So maybe Valverde needs to just leave.
I don't know that he's won 2 La Ligas.
Is that hard to do though, Lucas? Look at the players he has in front of him.
Yeah, that's,
Like-
that's true as well.
I mean, you should say that Real Madrid should have won more La Ligas during their last decade with the players they had.
Yeah, but they also won 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
Yeah, focus on the
Yeah, they
challenge.
said 4 in that span as well, like 5 years.
Yeah.
What was their focus? Was it the La Liga's title, or was it the Champions League? They went all out Champions League. Barcelona were like, well, I guess we'll take La Liga titles.
I mean,
I
it's
know
not like
what I would
Barcelona
take.
didn't win a Champions
Oh,
League.
yes, but if you look over the past decade, I think it was Real Madrid who have been way more dominant in the Champions League.
Across Europe, yeah.
But we're getting off track
Let's
here.
be
a little
real here.
Yeah.
If Real Madrid still had Ronaldo, Liverpool probably wouldn't have won it.
What?
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it's an interesting shout.
Yeah. Real Madrid with Ronaldo's kind of unstoppable.
Real Madrid were going downhill in that season with or
Guys,
without Ronaldo.
We're talking about Germany versus the Dutch.
Anyways, yes.
I know. I brought this off with my Valverde comment.
Because
but
the Champions League is the best.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few moments in this game where I think Germany could have taken the lead, or I can't remember if it was before the first Dutch goal or after, but there was one where De Ligt nearly scored an own goal, but he just intercepted the ball and kicked it over the net just in time. There was another time where Van Dijk intercepted the ball before another tap in. So Germany were putting the pressure on, but the Dutch were keeping the ball well. I'm pretty sure the possession stats were.
I was just gonna say possession stats were
similar.
51% for the Dutch.
It was an even game.
Yeah, shots on net. The Dutch had 9. The Germans had 5. It was relatively close. It's just the Dutch finished.
I thought the Dutch were like better keeping the ball, but then again, Germany were pressing them pretty well as well. So
I mean,
it is like two different styles of play
at the
going
end
at
of the
each
day,
other.
these are
Yeah.
2 teams from Europe who will, consider themselves challengers for the next World Cup and the next Euros. They feel like they are top of the tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So these two teams having close games, and Germans winning it in the Netherlands and the Netherlands winning it in Germany. You know what? That's fair results in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
They're even matched teams.
Two powerhouses going at it.
Yeah.
One has to win. Kind of.
Well, we'll see if they're powerhouses in Euro 2020.
Yeah, 100% to see what happens there.
Because that's when we see how good they are. Because really the challenges these teams have had was mostly against each other in the past year. Well, I know the Dutch played England and Portugal, so...
Yeah.
Are we done with that game or anything else?
Are you going to say the Dutch are back? We've said this many times in the past.
We have said it many times. I think I would say the Dutch are back when they find a bona fide goal scorer.
Are the Dutch back?
Maybe.
If Memphis can actually...
They have great defense. They have a really good midfield. They need a striker.
We'll see when it comes to the Euros.
Yeah, you never know who they could
Right
find
now,
in
this-
Ajax.
You need that Depay to actually just really find a scoring boost for Netherlands, and they can be really dangerous.
Shit.
Qualifiers mean nothing.
I mean, Poland beat Germany many years ago,
Yes.
and
And you
we're
bottled it.
crap. Yeah, we're essentially
Oh, that was
bottled.
before the Euro 2016. We did well in that tournament. We could have made the semifinals.
We could have made the semifinals because the whole side of our bracket was crap.
So? It doesn't...
We probably would have lost to France like 4-0 in the final.
So? We're saying the same thing about Portugal back then, and Portugal shocked the world. It was an incredible final.
He's got a point.
Wales could have made this finals. It's incredible.
Portugal won because of a fluke.
It's not a fluke.
They finished third in their group.
He's also got a point.
Fair enough.
Everyone has their points.
When Portugal were more of a defensive team.
Oh,
Piss
not
off.
this again. Do we
I
want
was
to talk?
gonna-
Do we want to talk about that game?
I was gonna move just quickly to the Italy-Armenia game. I actually watched the first half of this one.
Wait, so you did watch?
A little bit. I watched half of a game. Armenia were by far the better team in the first half. Mr. I'm going to butcher this name. Just be prepared. Alexander Karpetayan. I don't know how that's spelled. But anyways, he scored a goal. Got yellow carded. And then got sent off all in the first half. Great half by him. But yeah, it ended up 3-1 Italy. So, I mean, sucks to be Armenia.
Good thing for Armenia, they beat Greece. No, not Greece. They beat... Who'd they beat today?
I don't know.
They beat...
Bosnia.
Bosnia. That even better. Like, jeez.
Timu
Bosnia's a good
Pukki.
team.
Timu Pukki scored a goal for Finland as they beat Greece today. Or not today. That was on Thursday the 5th. Slovakia
I think
got
it is.
smashed by Croatia. That's cute. No one really cares about Croatia.
Okay.
Yeah, Poland.
Poland.
2-0
Yeah,
loss
discuss.
versus Slovenia.
Slovenia, better side.
Yeah, honestly.
Not much.
I mean, you have a great front too. Piontek, Lewandowski.
Yeah, and then a decent midfielder, Zielinski.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Krakowiak,
there's not much. Oh, Krakowiak.
Grozicki.
Krakowiak has gone downhill since
Has he?
his days at Sevilla. He has had a terrible career so far since then.
Why was Szczesny on the bench?
Don't know.
Why are you playing Lucas
We like
Fabianski?
rotating our keepers. I don't know. No Lucas Piszczak. He's retired.
Is he?
Yeah.
Robert Gumney, the
Gumny.
FIFA hero.
Suppose he's very good.
And FIFA is
He's
great.
got good potential.
He's great in
I think he
FIFA.
should have been transferred this season. Michal Pazdan, he's losing his legs. Kamil Glick losing his legs. Berzinski, he played awful. One of the worst players.
He's a right back,
Ski,
and they're
ski,
making him play
ski,
left back.
ski.
Berzinski
The ski team.
he was terrible.
He's a better right
They
back.
like
but
going
there's
ski.
a lot of
He played like me out there.
I'm gonna.
Where I tried to play in our zone and I lose the ball. That's what he was doing.
I'm gonna connect with you here because
Greg knows.
just like you, my national team is dog shit.
Yeah.
We lost 2-1 versus Russia, Scotland. We lost
At
on
least Russia's a good team.
yeah, but we lost on an own goal.
To be honest,
And then we got nothing.
a lot of people will say, "Oh, you guys are two great strikers." Those strikers can't do anything.
They don't have the ball.
There's no service.
Yeah. If they're defending, they can't do
Especially when
anything.
we get the ball up two to a couple of feet and then boom, they steal it.
Yeah.
They just lose it.
Our starting
Terrible.
striker plays for
Oh,
Sheffield
maybe
United.
The
so I
only
mean,
good parts are probably Christian Bielik coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
He plays over at Sheffield now or something.
You put Charlton, I think.
Charlton, great, phenomenal club. And then we have also
Derby.
we also have David Kovnacki. Where does he play?
He plays for Fortuna Dusseldorf in the
Great, another
Bundesliga.
great side, of course. Right, so
historic European giants.
these are great teams, and we are terrible. I think we should fire the manager. He should have never been manager. I would rather have Jose Mourinho.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you would.
I would rather have. What's his name?
Would you?
What is this man's name?
The coach.
Jersey
Jevchek.
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 How are the if you pronounce his name. I would rather have someone with more intelligence.
Would you rather have the Newcastle boss? Would you rather have Steve Bruce?
I'd rather. Yes. He's winning games.
Somehow.
He beat Tottenham.
Somehow. But yeah.
I mean, I think the Poland coach is like related to Jakub Błaszczykowski, so that maybe that's how.
Why are we still in this Poland game?
I watched it. I'm
Polish
passionate. It's
people.
bullshit.
And they got smoked, and I was
England.
laughing as they were complaining about it.
England with a routine 4-0 victory over Bulgaria.
Yes, Harry Kane scores penalties again. Raheem Sterling is amazing. We get it. They're good.
I'm going to make a shout right now. Ready for this one? In the next 5 seasons, Raheem Sterling wins the Ballon d'Or.
I was going to pose a question.
Sure.
Do you think Raheem Sterling complains too much?
Why?
People think
On the field or
off the pitch when it comes to, I know racism is massive, be a big deal, but people are starting to say he's whining too much.
No, I don't think. I think he's bringing lots of attention to a very valid.
No,
very
I
real
agree.
issue.
I agree. I was just,
Yeah, fair enough.
I was an idiot.
Bringing
and
the statement.
I was reading the replies, and people were like, "Oh, he's whining. He's crying. He's always looking for attention."
No, that's Paul Pogba. No. In the next 5 years, Raheem Sterling wins the Ballon d'Or. Think about it. Messi and Ronaldo are dropping off. There's going to be someone to take the place.
Sterling,
Man City is going to be at the peak of their team. It's going to be, him or Mbappe. Really, that's the next,
Yeah, I bought Raheem Sterling's Liverpool rookie card. So
How much do you pay for that?
like 20-something bucks.
It's not bad.
So if he becomes that
But the
global
thing is,
superstar,
no one really collects soccer cards.
you'd be wrong.
Paninis are actually very popular
Paninis,
during their time. Who collects soccer cards though?
A lot of people.
Lucas does.
Clearly.
Raheem Sterling,
I
though.
only have
I think-
a Everton card from a guy who used to play for Rangers.
Who?
John Stone or something?
It's terrible. He plays for Rangers.
It's from like the 80s.
Crap.
Yeah, he played for Rangers.
And Everton.
Dog shit.
I would never actually
You
predict
have
the
an
Rangers
Everton
to win.
card as a Liverpool
My dad
fan.
brought it from work
I'm
one
just
day.
saying. I prefer Celtic. I just had to predict
Well,
Rangers.
fair enough. The entire world thought Rangers were going to win that Old Firm. I was
didn't.
kind of upset because you guys talked about for all of 13 seconds on that episode. We're one of the biggest and oldest derbies in the world. The entire world, Rangers, Steven Gerrard. The Daily Mail predicted a 4-0 Rangers win. And then one guy said, should we even show up to this game or should we just stay home? Is it worth our time? Honestly,
Liam,
bullshit.
I predicted
I know you
Celtic.
did. Thank you
Let's
very much.
continue on the topic of
And I
Scott Brown, the
won.
guy who said, he's lost his, bossed them. He walked him out of the park. Beautiful.
But you think Raheem Sterling will be Ballon d'Or winner one day?
I do.
Would you be happy about that?
Why not?
Yeah,
I don't mind Raheem Sterling. I have no issue with him.
that's good.
He's good.
Let's talk about
But I thought you'd love
Portugal.
Mbappe.
I do love me some Mbappe. I mean, the two of them will take over for Messi or Ronaldo.
What about João Felix?
There's a lot of good young players. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Sterling, I think, is a little bit still ahead.
He's like 24, isn't
Exactly. He's a few years ahead of Felix. So maybe this Man City team, because let's be honest, this Man City team, they need to start winning Champions Leagues, Premier League. I mean, they already win Premier Leagues, but they need to start winning Champions League.
Their teams.
They gotta be like,
Amazing.
let's give it to Raheem. But yeah.
Now on to the game I got really wrong on the prediction video.
Yep.
I think Serbia lost to Portugal 4-2, which,
Yep.
most of the goals were in the second half. It was kind of a boring game in the first half, I thought, but then, once the first goal came in,
The floodgates.
back and forth. Actually, it wasn't actually that bad in the first half. I'm being stubborn.
Okay.
Talk to me, Lucas. Talk to me about how good Portugal are.
Oh, they obviously have very talented forwards.
Let's run through these forwards.
I mean, the funny
They
thing is
got
that
Cristiano
Portugal
Ronaldo.
won. The funny thing is that Portugal won. So
Ronaldo. They got Guedes. They got Bruno Fernandes. They got Carvalho. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva.
Yes.
That's not bad. Then you got João Felix on the bench. João Moutinho. Semedo.
I remember in the summer when we were talking about
Ruben
which
Neves.
country was better,
Renato
Portugal
Sanchez.
or
they
Argentina.
have a really good team out.
Neves. And I still agree with you there. Argentina had a better squad in 2016 when Portugal won their Euros. Oh, I was like, Argentina wasn't in the Euros. I'm fucking aware of that. Thank you. If the two teams had played, I think Argentina would have beaten Portugal.
Well, a lot of teams would have said that Portugal would have lost to most teams in the
Yes.
Euros in the knockout stages, but they didn't.
Portugal at that time had Adair up top. Now they have João Felix and Ronaldo.
Eder didn't even play that much.
He played in the final.
Like, because he got subbed on.
And he scored.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, but
Portugal, very good young team. They have lots of great players coming through. I do think they are struggling a little bit in center backs. I mean, Jose Font.
what were you looking at?
Nothing.
Jose Font's 35, plays for Lille, and they got Ruben Diaz.
He's promising. He could be really good.
Every player's promising.
No, it's okay.
not.
Every player's promising.
I agree, Waz. Every player can
If you're
be
between the
promising.
ages of 18 to 22, you're promising.
Was
not
when you were
really
18,
wrong.
when all of us were 18, we weren't promising players.
No, because I wasn't playing.
Yeah, Lucas, we were also playing
I'm not-
like Div 3 Edmonton men's league.
Not even
like-
that, like minor soccer. I'm playing like these guys are playing pro football in
Yeah.
the major leagues.
Which makes my point. We weren't promising.
No one was scouting me. Why would I?
Because you're not a promising player.
Waz, I scouted you.
Yeah, clearly, anyone can play for that team.
Why did you predict 0-0? What
Just
the
nil
hell
nil out of
happened?
all
Because
They're defensive team.
because Serbia, when last time they played in Portugal, they tied 1-1. So I thought, oh, maybe in Serbia, Portugal will have a harder time to score because Serbia can be a crazy atmosphere.
God, this is like watching UK Parliament. It's great. You ever watch that?
A little bit, dude. Not like
I was watching it on the
search it out.
CBC and it was
Don't
funny.
search it out, but I
It
have
was
watched
funny.
it. Yeah, the House of
I don't
Lords.
take politics that serious, but it was funny. I just laughed. It's like a comedy.
Lucas, how can you predict a 0-0 when there's a guy called Cristiano Ronaldo on the field?
Bruno Fernandes,
The guy scores goals for days.
Bernardo Silva.
Alexander Mitrovic.
Exactly. Like this man, he is an intellectual, and we have the
Because they tied 0-0 against Ukraine.
glorified genius.
Portugal tied Ukraine.
Where?
0-0.
Where?
First qualifying game. Right here. I have it right here.
Who played for Portugal?
Let's see.
Was there a guy named Cristiano on the field?
Yes.
There actually was.
He was
And
turn-
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
He was
They
having a nap.
They
Okay.
had Andre Silvestre.
Ukraine is a very strong side, okay?
Who's on their team?
Yarmolenko.
Yeah, exactly.
When was this game played?
Zinchenko.
This was in March.
A lot can happen in a couple months.
It's
Yeah.
still no.
Do you know? Have you seen their attack now though?
Also, was
Do
it
you remember what
September?
happened?
That's more
Do you
than a
remember what
couple
happened
months.
A few months after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over, Paul Pogba was good. Now he's shit.
This was the same manager.
I want
though.
to see that. I want to see that same lineup again.
What? Like who's missing? João Felix, Guedes.
Yeah,
Bruno Fernandes.
yeah.
I think
That's an all-out attack.
Yeah.
They weren't even on the bench.
They were at home.
I'm sorry,
João
but
Felix was on
Having
the bench.
port wine.
two
and-
changes and
fish.
right now Portugal is an offensive
Also,
powerhouse.
speaking of Portuguese people, I watched the documentary on Amazon or on Netflix on DAZN. Jesus,
Yeah.
on DAZN about Jose Mourinho. Man, I love me. Mourinho's good. Oh, he's good.
Too bad he'll never manage Portugal.
Yes, he will.
He will once Ronaldo leaves.
He can take João Felix to the top. Don't worry.
No, I know, I agree. But once Ronaldo retires,
Do you think Portugal could win a World Cup?
yeah,
Yeah,
they'll,
dude,
they'll, need they'll need the defense. But
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I think they are 7/10 of the way there.
Wasn't it me who said like a handful of months ago saying that Portugal could be a dark horse into the Euro 2020s? Now we're talking very highly about them now.
because it only takes a couple players to change a team. All they need is a whole.
Ronaldo will be at these Euros.
If they could like just somehow change their whole back line, yeah.
You don't even need to change their whole back line. Like
a couple players, like, I think another center back.
maybe
We'll
a
do
different
them
center
good.
back instead of Font, but
Yeah.
Font, he can have it on his day. He can be good.
He's not the worst ever, but I don't think he's Euro Cup worthy or World Cup worthy.
Now,
Yeah.
now I read that a lot of Portugal fans say there's a lot of promising. I know we're promising, but young
There's a
players
lot of
coming
young
through
players.
Benfica and Porto who could
Yeah.
be a good partner to
Mm-hmm.
Ruben Diaz for the Portugal national team. But obviously, again, that takes time. But like was said, a lot of things can change in
But
6
we are
months.
still
Yeah.
a year away from Euros still.
Yeah, less than a year
less
actually.
than-
Yeah. So I mean, things can happen. Things can change. Players can come up. You know, there's always that one player who announced himself to the world during the Champions League. You know, what if it's a Portuguese defender? You know, you never know, right?
Yeah.
But Portugal,
I think Portugal's.
keep your eye out on them.
Yeah, like
They're
when you
there.
have Cristiano Ronaldo on the team, like they're always going to be scary.
They're always something.
And
there.
they're the last winners of the Euros.
Yeah.
So I mean, wouldn't you technically say like they're the favorites in a way?
Yeah, in a way.
In a way. In a way.
Would you say Greece were the favorites in Euro 2008?
Giorgio Samaras.
Okay.
I've got his signature, man.
You know, Lucas, yes, sure.
I'm not really
Speaking of
gonna.
Greece, they tied Liechtenstein today.
I'm not really gonna mention France Albania other than the absolute kerfuffle that happened before the game. But I'm not gonna go too far into that because it's stupid.
Yeah.
In the great derby that is Scandinavia, Sweden tied Norway 1-1.
Are you surprised?
Beautiful result.
Who's
Stefan Johansson, ex-Celtic legend, went to Fulham.
Was he
Big
bad?
ups. No, he was okay at Celtic. I don't know. And then Emil Forsberg scored 2-1 Italy over Finland.
There's some controversy with this game.
Was there?
Apparently, some people are saying that Italy's penalty should not have been a penalty because it hit his hand. The guy was trying to keep his hand close to his body, but it hit his hand. And people are saying he's not trying to intentionally handball.
Hand or arm?
Timu Pukki yet again scored for Finland. The guys can't stop scoring right now.
He won the penalty, scored it. That was their only shot on target in the game.
Jesus.
But Finland are looking kind of strong.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They won their Nations League group. They might even qualify for the Euros, which would be an incredible feat for this country.
Yeah.
And quickly, I just want to talk about tomorrow, which will be the upload date for this Monday. Northern Ireland hosts Germany. This is a huge matchup because Northern Ireland is actually on top of their group right now.
If Germany don't win this could
This
get
is
interesting.
huge. That Northern Ireland are on 12 points and Germany is on 9. Could the Northern Irish actually get a result here? I mean, I don't see why not.
I don't think.
Come on, give us some faith.
I've retired from predictions for another few weeks.
Give them some faith, Lucas.
But I don't know. Northern Ireland are going to be tough to break down because they're going to
sit in.
They should be, you'd expect. And Germany, they obviously have a lot of firepower of talent, even without Leroy Sané.
Yeah.
I think Germany will eventually find a way through the gap and win.
You would think Germany
but
get a result here.
Anything can happen.
But hey,
it's football.
You know
Anything can happen.
Give Northern Ireland some credit for being on top of the table at this stage.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Another interesting game. Poland hosts Austria. Can you guys rebound, Oz?
Nothing counts. It's a home game.
Lucas?
Yeah, Poland at home, fans cheering them up. Come on, guys.
3-1 Austria.
I predicted 2-0 and Lucas predicted 3-0. So
Scotland hosts Belgium.
yeah, I already won. So.
We're going to get absolutely spanked, boys.
6-0?
I'll go 5. 5-0. Belgium.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. I think
Mate.
Whenever people expect a huge discrepancy in the
usually
scoreline,
never is, yeah.
It is in Scotland. I'd be happy if we get anything less. If we get 3-0 defeat, I'll be happy with that.
I mean, fair enough, man. But Kosovo play England, and this could be an interesting one because Kosovo, they're doing pretty well in their group. They beat the Czech Republic this weekend.
England should win that one.
You'd think, but England always win their qualifying.
That's pretty much every single interesting game coming up. Anything else standing out to you? No?
No, but club football is back this weekend, and
thank God.
It should be a good weekend of football, you'd think, right?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Like,
it's always exciting after international break, in my opinion. Just it's not like a nice break is sometimes nice, but it's good to get it back.
Before we kick on to the Premier League or on to the Champions League, I want to attack Lucas a little bit here.
I've been attacked enough today.
No, I know.
No, we have more.
You are a big fan of Maurizio Pochettino, correct? You like his tactics, you like how he handles himself. You think he's a good manager?
Well, he is a good manager.
You've said this in the past.
He's made the Champions League final, yeah.
He hasn't won an away game since January.
Is that surprising to you?
He's won 4 matches in his last 16, but he really won't hear much about it because his name isn't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If this was Ole, he'd be sacked. Because it's Maurizio. Oh, Maurizio.
I'm pretty sure there was like a... I've seen it on Twitter. There was like a table, Premier League table from a certain time period. I think it was from when City last lost. So that was like a span of like 17, 18 games or something. And I think it was Spurs in the relegation zone.
Yeah. They had a very poor run of form since middle of last season. Like, they've fallen apart.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened.
They're just such a weird team because they tie City.
Yeah.
They
And
they
lose to
they have a good
Newcastle.
game against Arsenal,
Yeah.
and then they lose to Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't want to get too far off on a tangent here. I just felt like it's an interesting thing to bring
Oh,
up and
it
say,
is.
you know what?
No, it's-
What's happening at this team? Because, they have very good players. There's a lot of talk about, Christian Eriksen's unrest is affecting the other players. Or, Pochettino doesn't want to be there anymore. Or, there's a lot of speculation going on. It's interesting to see how quickly something can fall off the rails. Because this is a team that's in a Champions League final.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're looking at them going, are they even going to make top 4 in the Premier League this season?
Well, there's
You
a
know?
lot of a lot of discussion about the team during the summer, whether these players would stay, whether players would come in. A lot of confusion. There's been in the beginning of the season where Vertonghen wasn't starting games or wasn't even included on the bench. So
Let's talk about him still leaving. Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Eriksen. There's talk about, are they gonna actually play for them, or are they gonna force a way out in January? We'll see what happens.
what's your thoughts about this?
What's happening with Tottenham? What's happening
They
with
suck.
Spuds?
They suck. They suck.
I mean,
they just beat Arsenal. Like,
They didn't beat
They
Arsenal.
beat
oh,
our.
sorry, tie. Yeah,
they're,
They
they're,
should have lost to Arsenal.
they're in a similar boat to you guys, though.
Yeah, at least we have an excuse to be in there.
No, because think about
Our
it.
squad
No,
sucks.
think about this. Because the biggest game of your season so far, Spurs, Man
Yeah.
City, you versus Chelsea,
Yeah.
good results. But then simple games, you versus Southampton or them versus
Difference
Newcastle.
is they were in a Champions League final last year.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're garbage. We have no depth. They have depth. They're signing special lads like Ndombele.
You spent 85 million on a bloody center back.
Understandable. We didn't want to spend that money, but we had to.
Yes, I know.
And our star shining is a guy from Swansea named Daniel James.
He's been brilliant.
He's been
honestly.
phenomenal.
He's been
Finally, someone agrees.
To me, he's been the best player in the Premier League so far.
Daniel James been good.
I think he's been the signing of the Premier
Oh,
League
poop.
so far.
Oh, so far signing, yeah. Cause
He's been brilliant.
I'm hurt. I can't play in the Premier League. I'm hurt. I'm so hurt. This league is done. You agree with me?
He has his baguette. He goes, oh.
Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante, they can play in this league because they're shaped up.
Paul Pogba could piss off.
Well,
Ship him off to MLS so he could be a star.
This is why Nabil
Zlatan.
Fekir, he couldn't play in the Premier League.
No, he's got bad
No,
knees.
he'd probably end his career because once bad tackle, he's done.
No.
These French players,
Lewis Dunk goes
soft,
through him.
soft.
You can say that about any player getting
I love
against
Waz is just basically asleep while we're talking, and then they just goes on
Fires
a
up.
rant
And then-
instantly.
You know, I'm likely gonna eat my words. That's true.
What the fuck happened with Eric Cantona?
I'm
What
telling
the
you,
fuck happened?
The French are
They're nuts.
They're scholars.
They're nuts.
So he's right. He's right.
He is right.
He's
He
right,
is.
100%
He's
right.
just a lunatic.
The man takes his platform. He takes it seriously.
What the
When he's
hell
on the
is
stage,
going
he
on?
will. Thank you.
Can you talk about the Champions League?
No, one more
What's
thing.
What's happening? What's happening here, Lucas?
So Watford sacked Javi Gracia. He took Watford to a FA Cup final,
Yeah,
but after 3 games this season or 4 games, sacked.
And it was one of their. Was it their best or one of their best seasons that they had last
It's
season?
one of their
Yeah.
best
One of
seasons.
the best?
But yeah, he's been pretty bad this season. I mean, Watford are bottom of the Premier League, are they not?
I think they're bottom.
Yeah, they only have 1
haven't-
point.
They haven't done anything really.
Which, considering last season, at this
Why are you
point they were in
searching
like
up
third or
Camila
fourth.
Cabello?
What are you talking about?
I saw your recent search history. What do you have for Camila Cabello?
Don't hate
What?
Oh my
I
god.
don't look at your search history.
They replace him with Kiko. Is it Kiko Flores or Sancho
Bloody hell! I
Flores?
delete my search history.
I'm not afraid like you.
Can we get back on track here? Jeez.
You were saying? Continue.
But they replaced him with Kiko Sancho Flores, or however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Who used to coach Watford? He was there a couple seasons ago.
So I got this chart here. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen on
Bang.
YouTube. So Watford's 6 Premier League managers sorted by points per game. Javi Gracia and Kike Sanchez Flores are tied with a little over. It's probably like under 1.25 points per game.
It's pretty trash.
But that's their best managers in the Premier League era, and they've sacked them both. But then they're rehiring the other guy again.
I mean, Watford, we've seen with their owners that they are not afraid to sack a manager if something is not perfect. We'll see when this happens, see if this can turn their season around. I know it is still very early, but you know what?
I think it's too early.
But the thing with the Premier League, I think, is getting so close, especially down the bottom, that, it could come down to a point. It could come down to a
easily.
win, right? So they need to turn it around as soon as possible, and hopefully...
Or else it's...
Wasn't Javi Garcia playing just like 4 years ago?
It's a different guy.
It's a different one.
Oh, Jesus.
He used to play for City and Zenit.
Too many
the-
Spanish guys here with the same names.
Gracia, I don't know where he played.
I don't know. But yeah, Watford, I like them. I hope they can turn it around this season
Right.
and stay up.
So some Premier League games this week that might be interesting. You guys play Leicester City, was?
That'll be a tough match.
It will
That's
be
a
a tough match.
game.
We will see how it goes. No predictions.
It's a tough game.
Liverpool play Newcastle.
Tough game for Liverpool.
Shouldn't be. Is it in Liverpool?
Yes.
Should be.
That should be a
Come on.
pretty
Come
free
on.
win.
Come on.
Interesting one here.
Why are you doubting Newcastle? They're winning. They're beating Spurs.
Steve Bruce. Do
Playing solid football.
you want to know why I doubt them? Because Joe Linton.
He's doing well. He's scoring.
Yeah. But Norwich plays City. I think this one could be interesting.
Team of Pookie's on fire.
I'm sorry, but the City's going to steamroll them.
They should, but
They're likely.
Norwich, it's going to be a fun game to watch because Norwich will attack City, and obviously City are the superior team and should be.
3-0. 3-0.
I mean, I think Norwich would take that.
I think Norwich would take that. I don't know if that makes this interesting
3-0
game,
City.
Lucas.
I mean, you get to see two teams attack each other, one significantly better, but Norwich aren't afraid to attack good teams.
That just sounds like it's going to make City just absolutely
It
kill
could
them.
very well be 9-0.
No. No Premier League game is going to be 9-0.
Wigan Chelsea last day of season, I think 2008 or 2009.
That's a long time.
That was 10 years
The Premier
ago.
League has changed a lot. These newly promoted teams are not anymore punching bags. They're actually decent squads.
I don't even think Wigan got relegated that season.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit. These guys are not that bad.
But
Fuck, Norwich have the leading score in the league right now.
I'm not saying it's going to be 9-0, but no.
3-0.
If a team has enough bad luck, it could happen.
Sure.
Anyways,
Can we
another
talk
one.
about the bloody Champions League?
Hang on, Wolves Chelsea.
Yeah, good game too. Wolves win.
Okay, I don't really care about your prediction.
You gotta respect me. I'm 3 wins.
I don't care about you.
The man's
Everyone's-
bossing it.
everyone
Lucas.
hates
for the
me.
top 6.
The man's
Yes.
bossing it.
Manchester Spurs.
They'll probably give you our prediction.
Everyone hates Pep for a reason.
All right, Lucas, so you hate Liverpool because they
The
win.
champions.
Fair enough. That's why.
All right, are we doing Champions League?
Hibs are bad.
That's why you gotta respect Liam. To Aberdeen.
They killed
That's a good
Markson.
club.
They were good last year.
Group stages.
Lucas, what are you searching up?
Okay, let's do it. Group A. I'm just going to run through this real quick. You
Okay.
give me your thoughts. Group A has Real Madrid, PSG, Galatasaray, and Club Brugge.
Okay, the first two in.
I agree. This is a pretty simple 1-2 kind
Yeah,
of thing.
Yeah.
it's just the question of
Lucas,
who's
don't
getting
even
first and
question
who's
it.
getting
Club
second.
Brugge is gone. Galatasaray will get a draw or a win.
They'll set fire to
It's
Real
like it's like
Madrid.
you play FIFA.
Trust me, Neymar in Istanbul, he'll remember it. He'll set fire to the break.
Group B.
Group B has Bayern Munich, Tottenham,
You can predict.
Olympiacos, and Red Star Belgrade.
So wasn't I did talk about this a little bit last week, but obviously Liam's here, Greg's here, so they want to give their thoughts, which is fair enough.
Yeah,
And Liam loves the Champions League, like Was said last week.
I love it.
Champions League's the
I think
best.
we all do, Lucas.
Okay, I'll be quick here. I'm gonna make a bold shout.
Sure.
Bayern, Red Star.
So we're making our predictions.
No, we're not making predictions. Predictions
For me,
are
for
our
me,
own video.
for
He's,
me.
he's just making a statement. He thinks Spuds are not going through.
I think something's happening.
Hey, fair enough.
Why do you?
Because
Group
Red Star
C.
is not a bad side.
Group C. This group pisses me off. Man City, Dynamo Zagreb, Atalanta, Shakhtar Donetsk.
City just
Fuck
doesn't
you,
get.
City.
Yeah, they
Fuck
just
you.
don't get like.
I hope you
I
have
mean,
like
they're
a,
good teams.
I hope you
but,
go down
like,
to Zagreb and have a terrible winter day and Zinchenko freezes on the field. Who knows?
Well, Zinchenko gets to return to Ukraine.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Uh,
Group D.
Wait, don't bat an eye at
They're
Atalanta.
crap. I watched them get railed by Leicester.
That's the preseason.
Group D. Atletico
I think
Madrid,
Atlanta can-
Juventus, Bayern Leverkusen, Lokomotiv Moscow.
It's a good group, honestly.
It's not bad.
It's a pretty good group. I like it.
Can Bayer Leverkusen do an upset?
No.
Was. What's your thoughts?
No.
Against
No.
Juventus and
No.
Atletico? No, I don't think so.
Group
Unfortunately
E.
not.
Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, Genk.
Gank.
Genk is the world's best right back. Michael
So-
Lustig.
So Liverpool, the what?
Liverpool
I got
should
quiet.
top that
So
group.
so Liverpool,
Napoli,
they won the Champions League.
Napoli are not that bad.
Probably gonna get first, and then
Napoli's not bad.
Napoli
Yeah,
and
Salzburg are not that bad either.
Napoli gave problems to Liverpool in
Yeah.
preseason. They gave troubles to them last
Last
season
year.
in Champions League.
In the group
so
stage, yeah.
you never know what can happen. Napoli are going to be hungry because they were eliminated by Liverpool on the last match day of the Champions League last year.
Mm-hmm.
So they want revenge. They want to get to the knockout stages. And who blames them? I would
and
too.
Salzburg will be decent too.
100%, yeah.
Honestly,
They got
yeah,
an
so-
American coach, I think, first ever American to coach in the Champions
Oh,
League
wow.
group stages, I think.
Interesting. Group F, I would refer to this group as a group of chokers. Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Praha. No disrespect to Slavia Praha. You're okay. You're not chokers. The rest of the three are chokers.
But they're also very good teams.
They're good teams.
They are good teams.
Yeah,
But
no,
I agree, they're
They
chokers.
are chokers.
Yeah, I can see maybe Inter getting past Dortmund, but
Hey.
it's a small chance.
No, but I think all three of those teams feel they can top the group.
Slavia, bro. You see them how they're just laughing when they saw their group.
Yeah, they're like, okay, that's
They're
good.
like,
Yeah, they're
okay.
just like,
Like, all right,
ah.
we'll take Europa maybe. Not even
Not
that.
even. We'll take
all,
fourth.
All three of those teams feel, hey, we could top a group here.
All right, on to the Europa League group.
Group G,
Europa League.
Benfica, Lyon, Leipzig, Zenit.
See, it's a
That's a
very
tight group.
It's a very good group,
I
but it
can't
is the
predict who
Europa.
wins that one.
But it
That's
is
a-
the Europa League group. I'm curious what our
I want
predictions will be
Lyon
for
to
this
win
one.
it just because I like some Moussa Dembele.
They did lose their three key players, so
Yeah. Moussa, though.
and Leipzig are looking quite hot
Yeah, they
at the
are.
start of the Bundesliga season.
Benfica, I mean, they did lose
To Portugal.
João Felix, but can they find someone?
I mean, they got
Zenit, Ivanovic. Is he still even playing? I don't even know. He was there a couple years ago when Celtic played them. I know that. Group H,
Yes, he does.
Ajax, Chelsea, Lille, and Valencia. For Chelsea and Frank Lampard, this is the best draw they could ever get.
Oh yeah.
They have a chance. Yes, it is, Lucas. Other than Man City's group, they would switch that one, I think. But this,
I think they wouldn't mind Group G.
The Europa
no, it
League
was a
group?
tight group.
So is this.
No, it's not. You're telling me Lille and Valencia really? I
Lille-
mean, Valencia possibly.
Valencia top four La Liga beat Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. They're
I
not a
don't
bad
know.
team.
This will be a tight.
It's a
It'd
good
be
group. It's a
interesting.
good group.
Ajax is still a good team, despite losing De Jong and De Ligt. They still have a fantastic
Ziyech,
offensive players.
Van de Beek,
Walt, what do you think?
Do you think Frank Lampard and Chelsea can top this group?
No.
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 Who tops it?
His
Oh,
prediction.
Ajax.
Okay.
Was can I ask something? Where's Manchester United
Where's Fulham?
in the championship?
Yeah, you can't even talk. Your team got relegated. Enough. He's at least in the Europa League with me.
Don't worry.
Okay.
You had a team that could have challenged for Europa, and you bottled it.
Don't worry. We're not going to be in the
What?
Europa League for very long.
What is he talking about?
You had a team that could have challenged with the Wolves. You had
Who do you have in your group?
teams I can't even pronounce.
AZ as Alsmar from
Al's the Kachgali.
yeah, Astana and Partizan.
Okay.
That's
Well,
actually a tough group.
maybe.
Partizan was at fire too.
I wish we got you guys.
I wish that you guys got each other
I
so
wish.
badly. I would have had to just lose on purpose and
Do you
put
see what
1v1
Steven
predictions
Gerrard
for that.
said?
What do you say?
He says, I hope we get Man United in our group just so I can park the bus.
Who said that?
Steven
It's
Gerrard.
okay. They got Porto. They got
And you know
Young
what?
Boys and
I agree with
Feyenoord.
you. F the Huns.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. I like
Yes.
this.
Yes. Time
This
for
is good.
pints.
Jeez, you
Patio
guys
Pines.
are graphic today.
I'm censoring myself.
You not earlier in the show.
I said 3 words. you can bleep those out because I suggest you do because sponsorships. If you like to sponsor us,
Who's
please.
gonna sponsor us?
Anyone? You got a product? We sponsor.
If you are an empty,
Are
you know,
like
a little
20
coffee
people?
shop, sponsors. We like coffee.
Exactly.
Little coffee shop. Do it.
Please.
But Wolves in the Europa League, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully
There's people
Wolves do
saying that
good.
they could win the Europa League.
Why are we
I
covering
don't
Europa
think so.
League?
It's interesting to talk about.
Why
Just
not?
as our big
Your
team.
team's
my
in
team-
it.
I don't want to be in this. I'd rather be not in the Europa League. I'd rather be in the
You
Prem.
guys should win the Europa League.
Yeah, your favorites.
Honestly, yeah.
You should
were
be.
Arsenal are favorites, yeah. I think you're better than Arsenal.
No, I don't think we are.
I think Arsenal are better.
I think
Lazio-
Arsenal are
defend-
better.
Lazio's in there.
That's who are in our group. That's gonna be a difficult group.
You have a very difficult
We
group.
got Ren.
You have the club that knocked you out.
Yeah,
in the
honestly.
Champions League.
And the thing is, they should never have knocked us out. Like,
You know, it's gonna be a fight in the stands that game.
no, we'll be okay.
No, there's gonna be like a stabbing in Scotland.
We're not that violent.
I don't suggest. I don't
This is the
condone.
1980s, was.
We're not that violent.
Have you seen what's happening in Italy? Liverpool fans can't even go to Roma matches.
It's not funny.
It's not, but you're saying it's not the 1980s. It still happens today.
I'm talking about
got a
Britain.
point.
I'm talking about Britain.
It happens in Britain.
The hooliganism
Not
is
as
not
bad as it
bad.
used to be. I watched a documentary. Leeds fans were really bad in the 80s with
Millwall.
hooligans.
Everybody was pretty
Millwall
bad in them.
fan- up
It's not
in the
funny.
den.
It's not funny. This is terrible.
Is there anything else to talk
What
about?
happened to the 90s? Maybe it's been pure and simple.
Well,
We ain't pure
This is
anymore.
no longer a Christian podcast.
No, Lucas, get your holy water. Just start spraying on your computer, on the podcast, and the emblem. Get some on him.
and short circuit everything.
Just spray on him.
He needs it the most.
Yeah,
Is there anything else to talk about?
get you
guys?
baptized.
No.
Huh?
We need to get you baptized.
I already am
You
baptized.
gotta go dunk your head in the holy water. It's like
What?
it's like a waterboard.
Waterboarding with holy water.
Wow.
Are we?
What was
are we done?
this? Yes.
That went off on a tangent that I've never seen before. If you are still around, I suggest you hit like and subscribe and comment. But at the same time, I go, why the fuck would you want to listen to this again?
We're not your traditional football podcast.
No, but if you have enjoyed this, if you have found it funny or humorous or anything, like I said, hit like if you're on YouTube, subscribe, follow us along. We put out podcasts. We record every Sunday, but they're out by Monday. And we have our 1v1s coming out every single week now.
Could have a delay on one. He's going on a.
We
small
don't know
vacation.
We don't know.
Possibly. We don't know what happens here. If you're on iTunes or Spotify, make sure you follow us along. Give us a 5-star review.
I'll let you know
Just,
this.
you know.
We are consistent,
Sure.
and that's what matters.
Yes. But
Consistency.
get involved in the chat. We're on
Your
Instagram.
watchers
We're
say
on
you
Twitter.
are
We're on Facebook. Get involved in our social medias. Get involved in the YouTube comments. We want to hear from you. We
Follow
want to
me
hear
on
your
Twitch.
opinions. No. From myself.
We're also
Leo.
on TikTok.
Patreon.
Fuck. We're on Patreon. We're not. Piss off at TikTok.
no, we're not on Patreon, but you know my fans.
From myself, Leo. From Greg. From Lucas. From Waz.
Sorry.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another weekend beautiful game. See you next time.
Bye.
What happened?
Okay, title. Waz attacks Liam with holy water.